This whole journey started on January the 3rd when I boarded a plane to go to France. I wasn't sure how a southern kid like myself would deal with the extreme difference between the two cultures. So I dove in headfirst to get to the bottom of this pool called study abroad. But corniness aside, what I was getting myself into was something bigger than me. It was something so huge that I would never forget it, and it would change my life. At the start I was a bit overwhelmed because I hadn't taken any French courses and hadn't been briefed on the phrases and words that were essential to looking like a halfway educated tourist. But within the first few weeks I was well versed. I could say hello, goodbye, tell them I couldn't understand them, and that I was American, among other insufficient sounding jargon. But the more that I was around these new people, and the more I was around their culture, the better I got at adapting. Within a month I was able to have small conversations. I decided that it wasn't super feminine to wear scarves or tight pants or to style my hair in 100 different ways. All this was getting extremely exciting to me. I could feel myself finally becoming Parisian, and I could start to notice that I had this newfound confidence that to most would come off as snooty or cocky. But what I soon realized is that all the stereotypes that I once viewed as negative were just a lifestyle. It's the way you have to be in order to fit in order to blend in so that you won't be looked at strange or judged in the same way that you would do if the roles were reversed. I think that my biggest challenge had become a reality. I had become what I didn't want to face, but I was surprisingly happy about the whole situation, and overall I'm glad I changed the way I did. But enough about my personal transition. Let me tell you about all the magical places I've been and all the incredible people that I've met along the way. Naturally, being in Paris, there are a lot of great spots of pure beauty and mass tourism, including that's right, you guessed it, Eiffel Tower. Yes, the giant piece of metal that brings people to Paris every year. And as much as I would like to say it's overrated, it really isn't. It's one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen. The symmetry, the size, the way it makes your jaw drop when you first see it up close. Then you climb to the top and you can see essentially all of Paris. It's a really great place. Another amazing place that people don't know about is Sacré-Cœur. It's bar none the best spot in Paris in my opinion. There's so much going on, but yet you can find this kind of unified peace. The main attraction is obviously Sacré-Cœur, which is a huge cathedral that's at the highest point in Paris. Aside from the most beautiful church I've ever seen, the people around it are just so amazing and diverse. You have singers that take requests, you have dancers that dance for money to see who's the best, and there's this man who juggles a soccer ball on his foot and climbs up a lamppost while doing it, and it's literally one of the most talented athletes I've ever seen. And my favorite and most unexpected part is the man that sells Heineken to the people watching all of this in front of a church. So the church, the people, and the view are all amazing. Those are the two touristy places that I think deserve the most love. And as you're looking at these pictures in the slideshow, you may notice that there's people that aren't me. Those are the people that I like to call my friends. I've met them all while I'm here. They're not only from all over the US, but all over the world. They cover countries including Norway, Australia, Colombia, Italy, Brazil, France, Germany, Slovenia, Spain, Senegal, Argentina, Iceland, Hungary, China, and Japan. They all speak perfect English, thank goodness. And they all have very distinct personalities that really reflect their countries and cultures. The South Americans are very lively and open about everything. The Scandinavian and Eastern Europeans are very down to earth and respectful. And the Asians seem to go around in groups of, well, Asians. And the Western Europeans have a very set in stone mentality as being the coolest and most entertaining because they're in their home turf. And even though everyone is different, we all get along perfectly. The friendships we have formed are ones that will last a lifetime, and it's truly amazing that people are so accepting and so willing to go out of their way for complete strangers, all while being in a foreign country. But having that same sense of vulnerability is the reason that we're all in it together. Well, that and a little bit of alcohol. But all joking aside, I'm so grateful to have had this opportunity, to have the support of my family and friends, and to have found out a little bit more about myself. Everyone plays a key role no matter how big or small, and the fact is that it's all over saddens me greatly. And I know that if I go somewhere foreign and I'm looking for a friend, they'll be there for me. This entire studying abroad experience has been the most incredible 4 months of my life, and has created memories that I will never forget. But above all, it's taught me how important every day in life is, and for that I'm sincerely blessed.